folks, this is Stainpokes podcast. I'm Ray and Fat Boy's on the other screen.
Hi there guys, I'm Dean.
Hey, what's been going on this week, mate?
Not much. Been working away now. Back at work now. Been on holiday for 2 weeks, so tend to get back into swinging it. What about you?
I wish I could get back into the swing of working and stuff like, but I can't even think of what I've done this week. I've walked the dog a couple of times this week. Grounded a child.
The joys of being an adult.
Mate, the joys of being an adult.
Right, so let's dive into this episode. This episode we're going to talk about somebody a lot of people who are watching this will probably know. If they ken us too, especially, they will know this guy. He is quite a famous known person in Cumnock.
Oh, he's a very famous, well-known character in Cumnock. Everybody will have a story that, at least one story that involves this fella. And everybody that's got a story that involves this fella, that story probably involves me or you or both of us.
Aye, at least.
So it does, because, well, it was just the way things happened, man. But it actually used to be when we went to the pub, even people in Cumnock that knew both of us were convinced we were father and son.
No, just because you two look like each other. Luckily it didn't happen to me because everybody knew my dad, especially in the pub scene. So I knew who my dad actually was, and I look like my dad, so I don't look anything like this. Right, Tommy.
That's a fair point. Like, not very many people, and well, to my knowledge, my mum and dad don't drink the pubs very often unless they've got different characters that they get dressed as. I don't know.
Right.
Hey, you never know. They might be showbiz personalities, and I'm just totally unawares to this. We Jackie could be out there fucking doing a rain podcast talking up shit about us, don't know.
Or she's trying to help me after all.
That story will be explained at a later date when I can convince her to come on and tell it herself.
Aye, she needs to tell that story herself.
I'm in the process of trying to talk her into it. Ma, if you're listening to this, the fucking whole internet knows that I'm trying to get you into it now, so...
I'm on, Jackie. I want to talk to you, but you've been Randy Orton in the frying pans and stuff like that. So, so the guy we're talking about is the famous Tommy Chong, or as everybody else knows him as, just Tommy. Tommy
Chong, actually Tommy,
Bandana Tommy,
Dana Tommy, fucking once was one of the leather-clad karate kids. Which is I'm not going to lie, is a weird as fuck fucking nickname to have been given by anybody.
No.
But that's what happens when you run head first into shit.
Aye.
But with Tommy, I think everybody's got a step like how they met Tommy story, and mine was fucking showing up at his house one day for lunch and third year at school. I think it would have been. It's third year's the first year you pick your subjects, because it would have been G-step that you picked your subjects. At the end of second year, when Dion showed up in the music department,
right, and
everybody who was anybody had a fancy for her because she was different. She had a different accent. I'm not going to go any further into it. But that week, fucking some of the pals were invited back to her, but stayed in the town anyway. And we walks in to find Tommy standing at the cooker. Hello. Oh, you're all here for lunch. Okay. And just starts adding shit to the fucking I can't remember if it was the grill or the frying pan he was using. Just started adding shit on. Right, cool. What is everybody having? And he'll try and embarrass us if we ever get him on, and he's embarrassed me many a times by telling this story. But I looked at him and goes, "Shit, that's a fucking real life rocker. I want to be that." And he'll make the joke. He'll always make the joke of, "I never fucking swayed for it." Because as we were saying earlier, when we went like years and years later, when we started going to the pub together and stuff, folks started assuming, "Wait, is this your dad?" It's nah, definitely no. I'm not. I'm maybe the boy they never had, but he's definitely not my dad.
Aye, 100%. Nah, we kind of losing going to be a dad. But you said have a kind of similar look, which is all dressed in leather. But that was really it. my meeting Tommy, so I met Tommy.
Because we both looked overly different. It was the same. If you were to put me, Tommy, and Martin Guthrie in the same room, folk would have been convinced that Tommy was the father and me, Martin, were two boys.
No.
But that's only because we all fit into that alternative kind of style. If you want to cry at that, but the alternative just means that boring folk can't understand it.
No, I don't understand how cool it is. My meeting Tommy's story was a lot different. A lot later on in life as well. I knew all his friends obviously because Dion was my year at school and the other two were a couple years younger than me. So I kent his friends, but I didn't know him. I'd heard stories of him. Obviously, you knew him, so you spoke about him, but I'd never met the guy. And the first time I met him was actually in Gary Lowe's house when he moved into his own house at Wiley area. He was in there, and I met him. And after he left, I said to Gary, "Who is that fella?" I'm like, I recognise him. Don't care who he is. And they're like, that's Tommy. That's Dion's father. I'm like, all right, cool. Thought not in it, so cool. Probably never meet that guy again, but I don't know who he is. At least I know when I pass him in the street, okay, at least that's who he is. And then
you would recognise him as, aye,
that's such and such his father. And then I got working in a taxi office, and Tommy had just started working maybe less than 6 months before that. Tommy started driving taxis, and then I started working as a controller. And he started taking, because we were two new folk and the sort of thing, he ended up taking me up the road every day after my shift. And we'd end up yapping and blathering and then talk about the fact we smoked. And he got me into smoking. And then I ended up just going down to his bit for smokes and stuff. And then one day it was either I went down to his bit and you were sitting there, or you text me and said you were going down there, and we ended up going down there for a smoke.
I think I was actually bored and just texted you asking what you were doing, and you had mentioned you were going to Tommy's.
Right, no, that what it was?
Because I wasn't aware that he had moved across the road.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can, he still stayed in where Alan and Alison are now.
Right.
But was that why heading on the road there? It was you who says no, he's across the road because we pointed out the motor, and then went up into Richmond Terrace into the house in there.
Right.
But after that, after realising that we both kent him, it was that way we were pretty much inseparable, going by pack rule.
Right.
Well,
I was sort of end up that became the place to go was Tommy's house. Me and you were always in his house having a smoke, having a laugh and a joke with him.
Just and basically generally just chilling out. Fucking gave him somebody to speak to. Gave him somebody to speak to that wasn't his ex-missus.
Aye. At that current moment, he was going with that partner. So it wasn't like he was trying to give him something else to talk to about his missus at that point.
Missus, but the thing was, like going to Tommy's, there was always something to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was go to Tommy's bit and find out what's happening the day, right? Or we're going to nip up to Golly's bit. There's stuff up there that needs done. We'll go and do that. Or there's a flitting that needs done. We're going to get a shot at a van.
Right.
So we'd go and get a shot at the van, go do the flitting, come back. I remember the amount of times getting in the house and my mum and dad asking, "What did you get up to the night?" "Oh, we were flitting somebody for here to there." "How much do you get paid?" "Cup of coffee and a bag of smoke." Fucking definitely know what you'd expect to be getting paid. My father would be like, "What the fuck? You're not getting cash for it?" It's like, that is for something to do. It's passing the time.
See, to be fair, you say we done flittings. You and Tommy done the flitting. I sat in the van and smoked and became more fat because at that point I was like really fat and I wasn't doing any exercise.
See, the thing is, he's pointing this out that I'm saying we done flittings. Me and Tommy done them. This lazy bastard at his own flitting when he moved from Cumnock to Dundee got us to go all the way up to Dundee with him. Then he tried to float about at the top of the stairs. Didn't he tell us that it was a fucking fourth flare until we landed in Dundee? We were outside the house, and that's when he decides to tell us, oh, by the way, it's up there.
Sorry, I was up.
There's no lift. All right, okay. So, fair dues, your dad not getting up and down the stairs every fucking flight. I get it. But your dad was willing to try doing a bit of lifting, but it was after his second trip, that was when he was fucked.
Aye.
If I remember rightly. You, on the other hand, just wanted to float about and let everybody else do the fucking lifting for you. Because it was me, Golly, and Lisa doing the lifting.
Mm-hmm.
And
at one point, in fairness, I was trying to direct where the boxes were to go in the house.
See that mate, I get the understanding, but Alison was down at the top of the stair waiting to do that.
Aye, but she was listening to some boxes too.
But then I do recall getting to the top of the stair after me doing my third or fourth trip up and down. You're still standing in the same fucking place. The point, right, no, get down and start fucking lifting. I came to help you, no do it for you.
Aye. So, Tommy then got the famous van off of Malky. That Malky had already run this van into the ground. The van was already done by the time Tommy got it.
The van it was probably the most cowboy built van in the planet. You see, even when we were saying it was really run into the ground. It wasn't even that it was run into the ground, but it was reliable.
Aye, it was run into the ground and rebuilt, and then run into the ground again, and then rebuilt, and then probably run into the ground a third time, and then rebuilt again for Malky. Malky built this van up for the ground about 3 or 4 times.
Aye,
it still ran, surprisingly. It never broke down.
Full rebuild. Oh, it did break down eventually.
Yeah, on the motorway up and down for Dundee. It's no fun. But cutting it on us. Me, Alison and Tommy, when Tommy brought us up to Dundee for the first day. The way up and down the motorway, the van kept cutting out in power.
When you went for your flat view, and I was confused there. I thought you were talking about the flat, and I was like, no, I was sat in the van, flat, and the van ran fucking like a German steam train.
And so now when the back door flew open, and they went my PlayStation.
Mate, I'm not going to lie, that was one of the more exciting moments of my life, getting the phone call saying the back door needs fixed.
The PlayStation.
Jump out on our shoulder between Glasgow and Kilmarnock to double check that nothing else has fell out, to get told that the PlayStation has been left back somewhere in a roundabout, about 1.5 miles away.
In pieces. Not very true.
These things happen, like.
Right.
The van. There was so many stories about the van. The van actually christened the name Tizer's Tank.
Right.
Because Tizer, the dog, no matter where we were going, the dog came to.
Right, everywhere.
There was initially 2 dogs that came everywhere with us, but Wee Dog wasn't Tommy's dog. There he was. Wee Dog was one of the hardest wee dogs on the planet. Wee Dog
was nicknamed Wee Dog because Wee Dog was a wee dog. My lighter is probably bigger than Wee Dog.
I reckon Wee Dog could have hid behind a can of Rockstar.
Aye, easy.
Because Wee Dog was a wee black and brown Jack Russell, and for the first say that dog would have been about 10 when Tommy got involved.
Probably something like that. It was old anyway.
It was a fair age, but that pair Wee Dog got called Midget all its days. Because he's a wee dog, but I thought calling him Midget was just taking the piss. So looking at ourselves like we're in Jackass crew, we needed a wee man or a wee guy. So we had a Wee Dog. And we thought that gave him a bit more dignity than calling him Midget all the time. But it was Wee Dog when he was out and about with the boys. He was Tizer's wee pal. He had his own set. Which actually leads to something even funnier, was the fact that me and Tizer claimed the front 2 seats in this van. I called the rule as soon as we seen it, as soon as Tommy bought it, that I had shotgun for eternity. And I came with everybody's thinking, how can you actually enforce that rule? Well, I put my fucking name on the seat. I pulled out a Sharpie, put my arse pocket, and turned around and wrote Ray on the headrest and explained to everybody why is that. And it's like, well, because my fucking name's on it, you can't sit on it if it's got my name on it. I can sit there, you can't.
Right, and I had the back seat, so the van had like the driver's seat, 2 seats at the front, and then 3 seats at the back, and the back was my cave, as it became known. But in the back there was no windows. The front had the windows, the back didn't have any windows. So I got a Sharpie and just started drawing all over the inside of the van, and I drew a window.
For anybody that kens anything more about cars and vans than Dean, the van was a Renault Traffic, 3-seater in the front, and it had the 3 seats for the back that they were rear facing. I'm pretty sure the seats in the back were aftermarket, so they weren't actually paired to the van when he got it. But Dean got put in the back. I'm pointing this out, Dean. There is loads of vans out there. I've seen at least 5 different white vans sitting outside my house today.
It's true. Tommy had this the van broke down, and then he got another white van. You weren't there that day. You were working, I think it was. And Tom was like, Monday, we'll go run and test this new van we've got. It was a bigger van this time. It's like, cool. All the way up the back roads, and it breaks. It breaks in. The fuel gauge said it was like my half a tank in it. The fuel gauge was dodgy. The fuel gauge didn't work. So that half tank was actually an empty tank. No matter how much fuel you put in that tank, it's that half tank. So we were thinking, so Tommy thought he had a half tank driving away and ran out of gas, ran out of petrol. And I had to go at the back, he has big fuck off transit van and push it a good half a mile up a hill, whilst Tommy's like steering at the front.
What he's really talking about is it was about 10 feet.
And no, it wasn't.
When it says uphill, it's like a 2-degree gradient.
It was like that.
I can't unwrap the piss by saying that. I can't unwrap the piss by saying that.
And it was about half a mile.
If I remember getting told it was the Cairn Braes cut out on.
No, it was just around the corner for it. Just after it.
Alright, no quite.
We made it up the Cairn Brae. We were around the corner for it, and then it cut out. So it was just as a wee hill just after the Cairn Brae. That was a pain in the fucking ass. But that was a different van. This van was fine. We used to go hundreds of road trips, and this van it worked perfectly fine for us. It never broke down, surprisingly. The best road trip that I remember. Well, I say I remember. The best road trip I remember it by waking up in the air outside Kyle Academy, I think it was.
Waking up and
Was it Kyle Academy we were outside?
We were at that side of the air. We weren't quite outside the school. We were a bit. See the crossroads as you're going in at the Kyle Academy side. At that crossroads where you take, if you were heading into air, you take the right to go towards the school. We took the left towards the shop.
Right.
And I think we were probably about 100 yards from the shop, facing the school. When you woke up.
And I woke up and I went.
But actually,
where are we?
To put more context into this, it was quite late on. Me and Tommy had already been out and about doing shit during the day, and I'm pretty sure it was about 10 o'clock we showed up at your bit. Just where, come on, we're going a random run. And if we showed up at your bit at that time on a random run, it would have been like a McDonald's run or something that would have made you convinced to go.
No, because it couldn't have been that late because where we ended up. I think I'd been at college that day, but he's appeared a bit. But I think it was the back of Stephen he's appeared. Because you think about it, time when we appeared at Crumbs.
Aye.
So I'd been knackered because when I was at college at that point I was at Glasgow College, so I was getting the 6:30 bus. So I was up first thing in the morning. So by about 7:30 at night, I was fucked. I didn't really want to be smoking and going to drive, but we were away a drive and I woke up. I passed it in the van and woke up and went, where the fuck are we? And these two went, we're in air. And I went, no, we're not.
No, I don't believe you.
We're not in air. This isn't air. I can't air. We're not in air. I thought we were like in Auckland or something.
Arguing with us about it. Right, okay, Dean.
Oh yeah, I was like, we can't have been here. Why the fuck went here? It makes no sense as being in here.
Hold on, we'll just prove it. Run. Turn the corner.
Train station.
Air train station, all you hear is Dean for the background.
Why the fuck we in here?
We are in fucking here. Why?
Why are you in here? And Raymond pipes up, I told you we were going to go to Crumbs for an open mic. Why the fuck are we going to Crumbs for an open night? I've just woke up, so I'm a bit cranky at this point. Like, why the fuck am I here? I want to be in my house. So we're like, well, we're going to Crumbs for an open mic. Come on. Cool. I think I drank like half a pint and went, I don't want to drink. I don't want to be here. I just want to go home. I want to go back to the van, have a smoke, and go home.
I'm remembering me in there now. Fuck, when you had mentioned like doing this story for the podcast, I was thinking it was along the lines of it was like 10 o'clock. We arrived at your bit saying we're heading to McDonald's.
No, that's when we went to open mic.
And we decided to stop to roll a smoke. Then you woke up while we were rolling. That's what I thought it was. But
no, we were just at a random drive, and you and Tommy decided whilst we were sleeping we were going to air, and I wasn't involved in this conversation because I was sleeping. So basically, I got kidnapped. I got made go to a pub.
See, in fairness, you weren't kidnapped. You weren't held against your will, because if you wanted to get out the van when you woke up, you could have.
I was in the middle of nowhere. I didn't care where I was when I woke up.
It was as if you needed one of us to open the back door for you. You could have opened it for the inside.
I thought it was in Auckland when I woke up. Or Stean, somewhere strange. No fucking, no air.
What place that you can walk through? Mate, we walked. Mate, we explained in the last episode how we walked from you. Wait, Faye. Can you read that?
We walked from Auckland Lake to the third every day, but that's a different walk from the third Faye fucking Auckland. It's fully.
Oh, mate, Auckland's just next door.
Yeah, but aye.
Next door, over half a dozen fields.
Really next door.
But no, like, even then, I'm pretty sure the Dogs did come with us in that trip too, didn't he? I'm sure at least Tizer was with us because we left him in the van.
Right, Tizer would have been with us because Tizer went everywhere with us. It's at that point we Doug wasn't there.
That's why it was Tizer's tank.
Right, because no matter where we went, that Doug went.
No matter where it was, it could be just out and about a drive with the boys to see if we could find skips to climb in.
Mm-hmm.
The dog would be there, or it could be away a drive up fucking random back roads because we don't know where this road goes. Okay. Find somewhere.
I'll always find a stick for Tizer. And when I say a stick, Tizer loves sticks. So we always told Tizer to get the stick. Now, when we say stick, you are thinking Tizer will be going for a stick, a twig.
A stick for us to throw for the dog to chase.
Tizer was what, a pit bull?
Tizer's Staffy. Tizer's full pedigree Staffy.
So I was a big dog, one big ugly heads. And he loved trees.
We will stick a picture of Tizer on screen for reference, just to show you how muscly Tizer is.
I hope.
Dean's crossed his fingers. I will try and get a picture in the next few days.
Yeah, I can get a picture of Tizer. I'll pop a picture of Tizer up here. But Tizer loves sticks, and when we say sticks, we mean trees. Like he would eat a tree, a whole tree, he would just demolish it. And I can't believe what I watched when I watched this Doug take down an entire tree. Like, an entire tree.
The story that comes to mind is the one we were doing Mauchline Gorge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Wee Doug was there too, because Wee Doug was with us the full time, but Tizer disappeared. And it wasn't actually like Tizer was a great dog, never far away from the humans at all. At most 20, 30 feet in front. You shouted on him, he stopped.
Right.
But this particular day we got in there. Oh, hello, Kitty. Cat appeared at Wendy. This particular day we couldn't even have got fucking the equivalent distance from here to across the road away from the van, and Tizer found his prey, shall we say. His prey was a stump that was about 3 feet wide, 3 feet in diameter for anybody that knows how, like, the size of a circle and stuff. And what would it have been, about 2 feet high, roughly? Mm-hmm. And I don't know what this fucking thing said to him, but they offended this dog. He went to lolly. He went scatty.
That tree, that stump was getting it.
That stump got it to the point we had disappeared for a good half hour, 40 minutes before we realised, wait, where's Tizer? To trace our steps all the way back, and we could hear the barking and the growling getting louder and louder as we approached, to find them still killing the same fucking tree stump. But it went to being something about this size to something this size.
Right.
That stump was a shadow of its former self, which it makes me laugh, because the way Tommy explains it is along the lines of Tizer thinks the world should be full of sticks. So he takes big sticks and turns them into wee sticks. And he takes wee sticks and turns them into weer sticks. Never give him a shinty ball, because that is a ball made out of sticks.
Right.
Is the way Tizer thinks it. Wooden furniture is no made out of wood, it's made out of sticks.
Normal furniture, aka couches out a back door.
Leads me to, I was going to be my segue into it, mate, was at one point at Tommy's old house, there was an all-leather couch we had out the back, because if it was good weather, where he was at the back, so it made sense to have somewhere for us to sit that wasn't the walls and stuff. But on this particular day, the dog, again, I don't know what the couch said to him, but the dog decided he was laying into this couch. He ripped the hail backing off the back of this lovely leather two-seater couch for dues. It had been rained on. It's Scotland we're in after all. Right, plenty of rain to kill our white trash dreams. And a staffy can kill your white trash dreams by killing the couch. But Tizer decided he would have a right good attack at this couch. So he ripped this bit open. He ripped all the stuffing out it. Unbeknownst to the dog, somebody's filming for the window, watching every fucking move he makes, just laughing, because, well, it was outside anyway. The intention was, once it was fucked, it was getting burnt. And when the dog eventually noticed somebody was watching, he looked at the camera, turned around and looked at the damage that he'd done, and jumped off the couch to get this stuffed snowman that was about 1.5 feet tall, threw it onto the couch as if to say, he done it, did you see him? And if it's the screen's on me then, and everybody's wondering where the fuck Dean went, Dean totally forgot about the end of that story.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot about the snowman. Oh, fuck.
He blamed it on the snowman. It was Tizer never killed that couch, mate. The snowman did it.
I completely forgot about the snowman. The snowman got a blame for a couple of things for Tizer. It wasn't just the couch. Tizer blamed the snowman on quite a few things. If Tizer broke something, he grabbed the snowman and chucked the snowman at it.
Chucked the snowman in that general direction. But he done it. It wasn't me. But hey, man,
Jesus, I forgot about his snowman.
mate, there's another one that makes me laugh. The first time Laura and the Waynes met Tommy, he brought the dogs up. It was when we were staying in Newcomnock. The dogs come into the garden. They met Heidi Hobag. Everything's hunky dory. Next thing you know, Tizer and Heidi are growling and standing up to each other. And Kenzie gets a fright. He fucking disappears. The thing was, as soon as me and Tommy raised our voice, the dogs stopped. It was just Heidi saying, "This is my house, this is my garden, this is my rules."
This is my territory. Listen to me, Tizer.
So
Tizer went, oh, I forgot.
Tizer forgets a lot. Tizer forgets a lot. Tizer loves sticks, especially wee short green sticks that are about that size that go all fuzzy on his tongue. But we took them a walk around the park up there, and you ken the park at Newcomnock yourself, mate. Fucking water right next to it.
Mhm.
This time it wasn't a stick Tizer decided he was chasing. It was the river that offended him.
Fuck. This is
I don't know,
surprise me.
mate. I don't know if he's seen a fish jumping or what.
Mm-hmm.
But into the middle of the river, and I get 40 minutes of them just barking at. See the wee. I'm not going to say whitewater rapids because it wasn't that heavy a river, but there was a few rocks that caused these kind of wee bubbly rapid bits.
Aye, give me talk about.
The dog seen them and just went for them, and he was making it worse. And he was like I says, mate. Whatever that river said to that dog, I'm glad I wasn't in the fucking receiving end yet.
Nice.
Like, Tizer is a dog that a nicer dog you could never find. He's just this dopey. For the picture, you would think he's an aggressive looking dog because he's muscular and stuff, but he's one of the friendliest animals you'll ever meet.
Aye. Yes, he's never even tried to bite anything ever. Actually, and I'm not a big dog person. Everybody kens that. I really can't stand dogs. I'm not a big dog person. I love cats. Cats are my thing.
I can remember Tommy having the phone call of, here's another random van story. I got a phone call from Tommy one day. I was just finished my work, and the first question he asked was, fancy a run to Irvine to pick up a dog? So, what? Aye, hello, how's it going, mate? I've had a good day at my work. How are you doing and all? Fucking what the fuck's with the random question? And it turned out it was an old dog of his that had been rehomed, but the person that had rehomed it never got the chip details changed.
Right.
So this dog's been rehomed a couple of times since Tommy. Eventually it's been picked up by the Irvine Police, and they've fucking scanned the chip. It's flashed back to Dana. Dana being down south at the time, Tommy being here at the time. Dana phoned her dad and says, right, fancy going to Irvine and picking up a dog? So he phoned me, fancy going to Irvine to pick up a dog? Away we went. We picked that dog up, brought it back. I think, be lucky if it was in the house half an hour with Tizer. And that dog decided, no, I'm for you. I'm not having this having two dogs in the house. If there's two dogs in the house, I'm showing you who's boss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we were that way inclined and we were egging the dogs on to fight, Tizer would have ripped this dog to shreds.
Aye, Tizer's a bit bigger dog.
Aye, fair dues. This dog was bigger than Tizer, but Tizer was bigger than him.
Mm-hmm.
So to speak. But Tizer fucking fair dues. This dog had a nip at him. Me and Tommy got in the road, but Tizer just walked away. Well, it wasn't as if fucking this dog's went for Tizer. Tizer's got his heckles up and tried to fight back. Tizer couldn't be fucked.
No.
Like the way Tizer looked at this other brain, it was as if Tizer turned around and looked at him as if to say, nah, it's not worth my fucking time.
Right.
It's just a way.
Right, screw it. Don't want it to fight. The dog was too much happy.
But the only thing with Rain was it was just he didn't like having other dogs with him.
Right.
Tommy eventually got Rain rehamed, and as far as I'm aware, went to a happy home and he's doing fine now. I've not actually followed anything up on it, but I'm sure Tommy maybe can some about it, but I don't.
No, Tom will keep up to date with it. So, my favorite van story is going down to the beach, where I'd been listening to a band for a few years called Ailstorm, a Scottish pirate metal band. You were the reason I got into them. I couldn't stand them the first couple of albums, and then you made me listen to the third album and got me right into them. And then the newest album came out, and I listened to the whole album.
That was the Black Shoes at Midnight album.
I don't know. I can't remember.
The third one. I think that was the third one. The reason.
No, Back Through Time. Back Through Time. I like the way back fast by Lost Mask.
No, mate, I was thinking it was maybe because the third one was a wee bit heavier. That was why you ended up getting into them, was because they were getting that wee bit heavier.
No, because it's funnier. Because it was like fast power smash and rum, all that these sort of songs on it. I like the funnier songs, so that's why I got into them. And then the newer album came out, and I found a song called "Fucks with an Anchor," which I find hilarious. And if you haven't heard it, obviously we can't sing it, we can't show any, we can't really play any of it, because if we do, we get down for copyright. You can't play any of it, Raymond. Copyright. It
may in fact sound like this. Fuck you fucking wanker.
Copyright.
I don't have any rights or anything to it.
The song's called "Fuck with an Anchor," and it's very funny. It fits everything me and Raymond sort of. However, it's sort of fits the chorus is a lot into what me and Raymond's thoughts and views are. So we're driving down Air Beach, and I chose to play this song because I was like, "You're gonna love this song. This is a song for us to listen to, and we're gonna love it." And we played it on repeat at least 10 times, maybe 20, and we just drove up and down Air Beach, playing it to all the Corsa wankers sitting. Look at me, my cool collar.
All the posers and the motors, fucking. Mate, the funny thing is, like, I ken quite a few folk that could well have been sitting there at the time.
But that's their fault for being a wanker.
That's what makes it even funnier, is the fact that I could well have known a few of them. I reckon you probably would as well when you went to college at Ayr.
Right.
But just driving back and forth, you got all the wee boy racers with their Corsas and their Volkswagen Polos and whatever else. Then there's us bombing about in the big white van. The dog sitting right middle, front and centre. Two daft looking hippies at either side of them, dancing about, shouting about "fuck you." And it just kind of summed up the way we all got on. Like, fuck it, you're assholes, but we're pals anyway. Who cares?
Wait, you know.
Like, it kind of sums up the like. I'd say our fucking full friendship is like, we can slag each other off as much as we can. Nobody's ever going to be as clever as we are when it comes to the insults.
No matter what, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I've heard it all before.
Well, I get that one at my work. There's 2 or 3 that will make comments about us being in bands and stuff. I'm in a band we're playing here. I'm in a band we're playing at this gig and this date, whatever he's want to come. No, so you didn't expect me to actually have a response to what you said there, did you?
No, I don't never.
That's with the thinking of the heckle come downs and shit that you can use. I remember somebody shouting something at an open mic night, and my response was, "If you were that important, you'd be up, you bitch."
Aye.
So I did, but it's one of the kind of things that you read the room, it might work, it might not. But another cracking van story I remember was when Jamie was moving down here.
Right. So Jamie is somebody...
Massive shout out to Jamie and Archie. I came for a fact Archie boy's going to be watching this.
Right. Big shout out to them, because Jamie is quite a big supporter. Jamie shares every single podcast and every single video we sort of share. we post up, Jamie always shares it. So thanks very much, Jamie. As we know, you will be watching this, so thanks very much. So Jamie is.
I could just see the messages on Facebook when it goes live as she hears her name.
Aye. I'm waiting on it. Jamie is a really nice lassie that is arisen for Glasgow, who she at that point she was dating one of our good pals, Golly, and again, Golly's another guy we'll talk about quite a lot in this. So Jamie needed to move down to Cumnock because she needed to get away from Glasgow. So we got a phone call for, was it Golly? I think it was Golly. It was Tommy that phoned me anyway and saying, Dean, we need to go up to Glasgow. Golly needs somebody folk to help flit his missus. And I was like, cool, come pick me up.
See, when it came to me, it was Golly was panicking about getting folk to help with the flatting. Me and Tommy used to talk when we were sat having a coffee. I think you were working that night.
Mm-hmm.
You were either working at college or doing something. And me and Tommy were having a coffee with him. And we says, right, if I can tell you what, he's finishes his work at 5 o'clock on such and such a day. I finish my work at 5:30, gives to 6 o'clock to get a bite to eat. We'll come and get you home. And Golly's response was, mate, I haven't even asked you.
Mm-hmm.
And before I could respond, Tommy responded with what I was going to say. It's like, when you're mates, you're not supposed to ask us.
Right. It's all about doing favours.
But the thing that made it even funnier was we had went down to see Jamie just after Archie was born.
Mm-hmm.
And her and Laura were talking behind the men's backs, doing the let's talk about the men thing.
Right.
And it was the first time Laura and Jamie had ever met, and Laura said straight away, so how do you know Ray then? So honestly, mate, I met Ray 3 times, and then he flatted me for Glasgow to hear without even so much as a how's it going? Just come up, help pack the house, hey?
Right.
Into the back of a van and down. That was it.
Because that's you to be day. Your mates ask you to help you help them out. It's just how we were raised and how we work. If pal needs something, you go help them.
Not necessarily just your pal, it's like a community spirit type thing, man. Fucking, we've still got that fucking brotherhood aspect that you're in Glasgow, but I reckon if I phoned saying I need a Honda in this, if you had the time to spare to do it, you would help.
Right.
Be the same the other way about. If I could get time off work, if I could organise it, I'll try.
Mm-hmm. Why you be there?
It's the kind of like the kind of how can I put this? It's the age frame of our generation that we are. We're that in between. So we're in between the old school and the new school. We can sort of both.
No,
we understand work hard, but we also understand work smart.
Mm.
Sometimes you've got to go back, step away from work smart and go and work hard for a wee while.
No.
So you do. That was definitely a situation of right, fuck it. Something needs to be done here. Right between the lot of us, we can get it done between a motor and a van. So why not let's go and do it?
No. So just went and packed it up.
And whatever the 2 days, 2 trips one day up and back.
Aye.
2 trips the following day up and back, and that was us.
I think so. Something I can't remember now. It was a few years ago.
It was a fair few years ago. Something I do vividly remember it was Tommy getting that fucking, or was that even the same flatting? Was Tommy taking that sofa bed up the stairs? I think that was actually the same flatting, but the sofa bed came from Tommy's house, if I remember right. The sofa bed was the couch for the smoking room.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was in there.
The bit I remember for that was the fact that we couldn't get it. Between the 3 years, we couldn't figure out the angle we had to go at to get this couch up the stair. Tommy just got his cell underneath it and goes, right, let it go, boys. This couch landed on his back and he walked like a turtle up the stairs.
It
worked. It got the couch to where it was going.
Mm. Aye, it works.
So
So
it did.
I'd say that sort of rounds up every wee sort of wee thing I think about Tommy, about the van and stuff.
It rounds up quite a few of the stories for there. There's drinking stories that we could tell about Tommy, but we'll save them for a later date.
Aye, no, we've got plenty of time to talk about my drinking stories.
Can't really have too many episodes about drinking stories too early.
Aye,
Folk will just think that's all we're good for, getting pissed and telling stories.
and it's something I don't do very often. It's
No,
drink-
no, these days,
no,
nah,
no.
man. I can count in two hands. I can count in one hand how many proper like drinking sessions I've had since lockdown started, and that's two.
Aye. I
I've
think I've
had
got 2 or 3.
I've had 2 or 3 nights where I've like sat down and thought, fuck it, I fancy a whiskey, had one half, then stopped.
Aye.
Like, I fancy a whiskey, have that whiskey, and I'm like, that's fine. I don't want any more now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than happy to just sit and watch telly. It was just that wee fucking nip was all I needed.
Aye, that's what you need for that one.
But it's that way, mate, even when last couple of years when I was gigging, I didn't really drink that much when I was at.
Aye.
It was just like 1 or 2 before going on, just as the Dutch courage, so to speak.
I needed that brave pills. I don't brave pills.
What brave peel? It's no as good as the other tradition I started, man. At one point I would refuse to go on stage unless I had a bourbon, and I'm talking about a bourbon cream, no a biscuit. I'm talking about a biscuit, no a half.
No, a real one. Right, so I think we'll call it there then. So do you want to promote anything for your channel?
If he's made it this far, he's could fire over onto my channel and get a wee look at the guitar collection video that I've put up. I was requested that a couple of weeks ago. It took me a wee while, family life and stuff getting in the way, but I figured out new editing software and stuff to try and get some better content just in general. I don't think I've got anything else new on the channel now, just to double check. A couple of new card magic tricks, but no anything really worth shouting about since Paddy's Day. No, might have a couple of new tunes up next week if I can get around to getting them recorded this week, but I'm not sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
So just there'll be cards and things, all that stuff set up and links down below for my channel. So go check it out. For me, my channel, as you can see, my collection sort of sat in a bit better state. It's giving me a bit of
A bit everywhere.
It's I'm kind of it's giving me a bit of freak out because I don't like it when it's not sitting in order. I'm kind of sitting with DVDs and Blu-rays kind of surrounding me now. I'm in the middle of shooting new videos for my channel because I haven't made videos in that long, and doing this has made me kind of want to do it again. So I've been shooting collection videos, so they're going live as soon as I edit them, basically. So there's one on my channel now, and then I'm just going through and editing them. But I now need to go edit this, so I need to stop editing them and edit this first. So they'll be up in parts.
Any idea when your next installment's going live?
I'm in the process of editing it. I started editing it this morning, today. So hopefully soon, but I'm working in the next couple of days. So hopefully by the end of the week I'll have it up. That's my hope. Hopefully maybe Saturday. I'm not promising anything. So yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you made it this far, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to see any more videos, and also go subscribe to that one's channel if you really want to go listen to him singing. No, you don't want to, but if you want to go listen to him singing when you go, yeah, I'm only kidding. Go listen to him singing, and yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.
Double F, good evening, Harish.